Let's hope that this actually works this week. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy. Now, can I be heard? I can! Hooray! Right. Stream is up and it's working. That's good. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Imola Grand Prix for the no assist tier of IIRL. Today it's just going to be me. Unfortunately, no Spark. He's still having internet issues. And hopefully my internet won't drop out this week either. And hopefully we're not going to have any audio issues this week as well. I've started the stream early so I can test a couple internet issues and audio issues that we've hopefully fixed. So yeah, it all seems to be working so far, which is all good. Just going to be waiting on 2 or 3 more people to get into the lobby now. It's going to be weird, I'm not used to doing this on my own. So yeah, excuse me if I do go a little bit quiet during the stream while there isn't much to talk about, but I will try my best. And I will also try and read the chat as much as I can while there is action going on. Good evening, Red Dragon. You've certainly waited a while for your home truck, haven't you? How many people do we have left to wait on? Let me know if you guys need me to turn up my audio as well. I know that sometimes in parties I can get a little bit quiet, so just let me know. 13 or 15 people currently in the lobby, waiting on Ayahuasca and... who's the other car? Ah, there's no Prev. Interesting. Yeah, I'm still here. Just waiting on the lobby to load, so... audio does work, I checked it on my laptop. And I'm gonna hope that my internet holds out today as well. But yeah. Thank God. Yeah, so just waiting on... Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, no, just waiting on 2 or 3 more people at the moment. It is currently gone past. Good afternoon, Joseph. Nice to see you. Or see you, rather. In the chat. That's what I just said. Brain. English, you know. It's great. And we are readying up, and we're going into the lobby. I've seen your pace. You're close, come on. But you aren't wrong. JohnJohn is very much one of the people to beat today. Although, as we saw last week, even those English? Even the fastest cars aren't always going to be at the front. Because we saw JohnJohn making a rare mistake last week in Belgium. So you never know, we could see it again. I cannot switch over to the the standings on the laptop, so I can't actually show you, but I can read them out to you from my phone.
British constructor Hales is maybe known as the most unsuccessful constructor
Season
with
6.
0 wins after
No
383 attempts. That doesn't mean they never came close.
So currently, the top 10 as it stands are JohnJohn, Joseph, 1010, Ryan, Deflated, TD, That Guy, Top Gun, Prev, and Shivers. Now, I believe, yeah, some people in there aren't racing tonight. And now, we're just going to wait for the first people to get onto the track. Ah, I see. I've just looked at the chat and it's going to be raining for the race, so that's very useful. If somebody would like to update me in the lobby what the rain does look like, in terms of what, when, where, as that is the first car coming out of the track. Right. Switch to the off-board view, please, game. That'd be useful. There we go. Right, so TD is going to be the first car out on the track. The Alfa Romeo. Live actually found to be quite fun on this game, and it's got some good memories for me, especially here, because this circuit's actually where I made my debut last season. Unfortunately it didn't go very well, I DNF'd, but hopefully none of that happens to the drivers here today, as JohnJohn overtakes TD on his outlap. TD taking it rather slow. Things. He's just trying to let people go through. JohnJohn at this rate will be the first to start the lap. Got 2 more people joining in the middle of the quali. We've got Ayahuasca and Prev joining in the middle of the qualifying. I don't believe they should be too long, but it is a full qualifying despite having only total 15 cars. I can't actually remember if the game wants to knock out one person in Q1 purely because you have 15 people, or whether it'll just let you go through with the 15 into Q2. as we do see, JohnJohn coming around the final corner. Let's actually do an onboard. The right hand side. All the carbon out, brakes, nice, a little bit early, and the jump on the might be a second. Let's have a car. This is his first one. Padge. Brings it nicely down to the second one. Ryan on the mediums with a 165. Moving from the hards. That's very interesting. One overall, so you touch down on what he did. Not as big of a snap as it should be there. These bats are... There we go. That's one. Two. A little bit of a snap to be one corner, John. That was... Tired. Eve. Quite... Very likely not. Pull down or an impact.
Was given a
D-bomb. On his return. I remember going through some of the older releases, and D-bomb was fairly quick. So you see, D-bomb has in store for us today. Saw Hales last week, back very quick. His return. Way. I'll go for an off-road shot now. Novi, that'll be coming into the pits. Probably doing a little bit of a lap of practice. Because who knows who's going to need it in this time. Imola is a very, very driver's skill track to my knowledge. As he goes off at Ravats of 1, it's not... In the immortal words of Deflated Wee, that's not ideal. But no, he does stay out from the lab. Just getting some practice, I would have thought. 9 lap down, I believe. D1 we've just seen. This is Ayahuasca on a lap. Takes it through the Villeneuve chicane. Oh, and he's lost it. He's out. Ayahuasca will no longer take part in qualifying, as he's crashed on the exit of the Villeneuve chicane.
The last time an Italian won on this track was 1990 when Riccardo.
I'm not going to say that was good timing or not, but I feel a little bit bad for the man. So that's an angry corgi who is on second warm-up lap. He's going to get out of the way of E-Bomb though, who has invalidated. He's probably still going to go for it here. I know it's only Q1, and I'm still waiting on another car to come through, but we'll join the lobby anyways. He does go through the fast left-hander. PD doing some very interesting things at the moment. He's just crawling around the track. Don't entirely understand why. Thought he would go for a warm-up lap, but no. Maybe just a time on the board. As this will be Angry Corgi. I think he'll be starting his lap now. No. Lots of people seem to just be taking it very chill. That's probably because they know that they're going to be through no matter what they do. Yep, nobody's still going around. Let's see, how many invalidated lap times have there been so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 invalidated laps. Now, Imola isn't one of the ones that's actually very well known for track limits, unlike some Austria, for example. It's actually very easy to get warnings on this track, and I think that people underestimate it, especially on the... Ah, my bad. Also, it's just qualifying, it's not that deep. You can see it in the mini-map anyway. But it's alright, I'll know for next time. Yeah, people are going to be retiring in the pits from now. Yeah, nearly 4-minute lap TD. What a... That is a stonking lap.
Like many other international circuits in the calendar, Imola runs in an anti-clockwise direction. Only about a quarter of all the modern-day F1 races have taken place on anti-clockwise circuits.
Well, we've got 6 minutes on the clock for Q1, and
one reason for the amazing motorsport
I believe, yeah, TD will retire. So if Prev does join the lobby, he'll be starting behind Ayahuasca, who I believe won't even be able to take part in the next part of qualifying because he did crash while on his lap. Joseph using the hards, that's, for me that's rather interesting. Tyre wear is also quite high on this track, so maybe the hards will be an option later in the race, or maybe on the start of the race. It's now the start of Q2. It is overcast, so will it rain for Q3? I haven't actually been told yet. I haven't seen. One of you guys in the chat want to kindly update me on the weather situation?
The Drivers' Championship has never been decided at Imola, but 2 Constructors' Championship titles have been. Williams sealed their maiden title at the circuit in 1980, while Mercedes were crowned champions for a record-breaking 7 consecutive years.
I saw it was going to rain,
2020.
because it was in the nurses
It's
chat.
not that often that we
That,
hear Formula 1 drivers losing their super license, but that's exactly what happened to EU.
rather interestingly, Ayahuasca is still able to park. As it is raining now, people are going to flood out the way. Get a lap. Who is first on track? I think, yeah, Chivers is the first man on track, so... This is going to be a race to the line here, just to try and get a good lap in while the conditions are still good enough for the dries. But this does throw a bit of a curveball on things. As you can already see, if we switch to the onboard shot as well, yeah, dots are starting to appear, so it'll be time for winters extremely quickly. And look at that, the rain's already coming down very, very heavily. Right, ready, probably, winters will be better. Yeah, DRS disabled, it'll be definitely enters now. Who knows if there's any point even doing a lap soft, because that wet. But we shall see. The first man on track with arguably will be the driest of this session. Something has spun the start of the lap. No, deflated and TDO in. As is JohnJohn Joseph sliding as we try and go back to Chivers. It was a 28-1. My, that is slow, isn't it? Second, oh yeah, great goal. Pass around closer. Yeah, no, track's definitely not driving slips here. Ayahuasca, who is on the inters, will probably be the first man to set a lap. He does go off, but he hasn't started his lap yet, so it's fine. As we wait to see Chivers go round to the two Ravazzas, sliding his way. Will he come in or will he complete his lap? He'll complete his lap, so 1:32.6. Not ideal. It sort of somewhat gives a representative picking order in terms of skill, but no one saying it's too wet for dries, so there's nothing that the drivers will be able to do. Stayed out, so Chivers and Joseph they'll be wasting a little bit of time here in the session, having stayed out on their slick 5. Wrong decision. But Ayahuasca will be the first one on a lap to set a tentative time. Me personally, I've never actually driven in the wet for no assists. I'm probably a little bit lucky in that regard. But I are taking it rather safely through his first lap. Nicely through Toza as That is Joseph, who has had a moment at Aqua Minerale. Let him go the Alpine of J plates. So we cut this. Invalidates on the entry to Aqua Minerale. Now he'll want to recharge his battery and hope he has enough fuel to go round again. With the rain, I'd hazard a guess that people have fueled up for more than one run to get used to the conditions. But we will see, as the next car to do a lap will be Deflatably, who's at 26.9 in the sector. Doesn't go too wide on high speed left. So goes through Ferrari now. Third gear, short shift to fourth on exit. A little bit of a slide for Deflated there. 55.990 in the top right for total split. Touch of lag there, excuse that. A little bit slidey there through Variant Theatre. Maximising the braking, so a little bit wide at Ravazza 1 as well. Cuts it back in nice. It doesn't utilise all of the track properly on it at Ravazza 2, but he comes to the line now, 24.6 Deflated with provisional pole for now. We shall wait for other people to set their lap times. TD next to the line, followed by it's a 25.427 who started his lap. Ryan who started his lap. And that's JohnJohn on lap 1. Where does JohnJohn go? JohnJohn goes provisional pole by 1.2 seconds. This man is doing a madness right now. Next car to cross the line and set a lap will be Ayahuasca again. Who sets a 28.1. Jake has 43.4, probably just doing a little warm-up lap. I think that's D-Bomb coming to the line now. Yep. Angry Corgi. Next to the line set representative lap time. Let's see where this lap puts them. 25.8. 4 tenths off TD. This Deflated does come into the pits. Greg starting a lap now. Right on the shower. Into conditions. As opposed to more that curve, as that guy goes into 3. Closest man to change on that. Or yet, let's say in the session. Nice and safe. Just about keeping track of this. Probably shows up a little bit of lap time there. Take there. High speed left. There's me, I believe it's safe enough. It's stuck on it. Somebody dropped it. Maybe. Okay, the second part of that. Right, there's the contours for that now. One. Faster. Easy. Right, the line now. 350. Unfortunately, we can't see what happens up here. These cars are up there. Ryan goes fastest by 100th to JohnJohn. Let's try to the line with Navy, who's pretty frequent in the driver. With 7.0. Really comes into the pit lane. the line now. Elevator's lap time is over 27 slowly. Goes up to the line 20.0, but he's going to make it. Do an off-board shot this time, shall we? As D-bomb goes into 4-4. Coming into the Villeneuve chicane now. I really need to get up a track map because I don't know the names. But Joseph is currently fastest on track, which is what the purpose of doing is. Instead of being fastest overall, like I originally thought it was, going nicely through Acqua Minerale. Nice and stable as well on exit. 55.6 as that guy goes fastest with a 23.3. People finding time everywhere. As that car in front, I believe, is Adam Ski. Either he's on a lap. Yeah, Adam Ski is, I think, on a lap. And watch Joseph going through the final corner. Very close to the track limits there on the exit in the back to 2. As Joseph Hales, dear Lord, goes into 4th with a 23.6. D-bomb, I think, going into the pits here, unless he's just going around for another lap. Number 74 Aston Martin for today, because D-bomb is a reserve. Line now to start a lap. Lots of people on laps at different times in the session, it seems. D-bomb keeping it nicely together. 2, 3 and 4. Through 5 and 6 now, the Villeneuve chicane. 26.3 in the first sector, 30 seconds delta, so not too bad as it goes through Tosa. Second gear in the wet. Does look like on the off-board the rain is starting to slow down. But on the on-board it looks rather similar. Very wide for Acqua Minerale as he does invalidate. I'm not going to be happy about that one. As that is deflated wee behind him. Go for a warm-up lap as well, as that's Corgi behind deflated. The next car is the Alfa Romeo. Novi. Doesn't have any battery to go again at the moment. J Clates is on the outlap. TD, who is pushing nicely through Tosa as J Clates does get out of the way. TD coming through the left-hander now. 4th gear. Coming up to Acqua Minerale. Nice towards the apex as Joseph retires in the pit lane. Very likely going to be safely through as TD is 6.5 tenths up in his delta. That would put him P7, just ahead of Chivers, as that guy also retires. TD, I'm going to say he does a 24.7 here. And go up into P7. 24.5 and goes up into P7. So JohnJohn goes fastest, only, oh good lord, 19 milliseconds ahead of that. This is going to be very, very close if it stays like this for Q3 as well. As D-bomb retires as well. TD still pushing, deflated, 3 tenths up. Will he... The question is, will he go ahead of here? I don't think there's enough time in that final sector as he drifts it through Ravazza 1. Uses all the curb on the right hand side in between the two. Slated as a 24-2, just behind D1. As that is Q2, the checker flag has fallen for Q2. Angry Corgi comes to the line now. He's finished his session. Who was that off? Somebody was off there, I believe. As PD comes into the pits. JohnJohn coming through the two relaxers now. Probably on one lap. Yeah, one lap. That is J Clates next to the line. J Clates can't improve, so J Clates is out. So Chivers and Craig, the only two cars left on track, are safe. I'm not actually entirely sure what the times are for wets, or inters, sorry. I haven't done any wet running yet, but considering these are the conditions, I might want to have a look at it myself. But yeah, the top three covered by just over a tenth, under a tenth and a half. That is what we want to see. Very difficult, the inters conditions here. It's not really something that you can get used to easily. As that looks like it could be full wet conditions here. Let's pull up the tyres graphic, shall we? Yes, full wet conditions for the drivers for Q3. Don't think they'll be too happy about that one. Some people are going out on inters. It's an interesting call, but we'll see if it pays off.
This circuit is more about technique rather than speed, but that doesn't mean it's slow by any means. We have seen some drivers break the 200 miles an hour barrier towards the end of the main straight. The Drivers' Championship has never been decided at Imola, but two Constructors' Championship titles have. Williams sealed their maiden title at the circuit in 1980, while Mercedes were crowned champions for a record-breaking 7th consecutive year in 2020. In the previous track configuration used
Hi Basher! Nice to see some of our own. Hope you enjoy it today. It's going to be a bit of a spicy one here, doing IIRL analysis tier today. Apparently, for me, it looks like inters conditions, but some people, or wets conditions, sorry, as D-Bomb, I think is the one car out on track currently, but is losing. So, we'll see how it pays off as D-Bomb sliding his way out of tow, so. It's a very interesting one there. Not many cars out on track at the moment, though. I think that's TD coming out the pits now. Yeah, in the bottom right, that is the other Alfa, the second Alfa Romeo of TD coming out the pits. Because JohnJohn will be the first car to start a lap on the intermediate tire. We will see what he does. The Mercedes on wets have deflated him, stopping at the end of the pit lane to make sure he doesn't impede JohnJohn there. Grip will be significantly reduced, and JohnJohn has gone off at the fuel nerve chicane. First man to cross the sector 1 detection point. Not sure that's the right word to use there. But he does go fastest because he is the first man through. Keeps it nice and high speed through the left-hander into Aquaman. Very well judged from the American man. Championship leader from Ferrari. 58.0, that's 3 seconds down on what we saw in Q2 alone. That is not ideal, Trent. JohnJohn locks the rears, I think I saw there, keeping it right on the white line in between the two Ravazzas. JohnJohn comes up to the line. 1:26.8. Person to cross the line to start a lap will be deflated, but the second person to do a lap will be Novi, who has invalidated. Next person to cross the line will be Chivers. And the first man to set a lap time on the wets will be D-Bomb. Now D-Bomb goes on a 29.1. We'll see whether that was just a sight lap, or we'll see whether that's actually the case for the moment, as that guy has invalidated 27. Backed off a little bit at the end of his lap there to make sure he had enough battery to go again. Ryan, 26.5 goes 3 tenths ahead of JohnJohn. As Gray Cummings at the line now to start a lap. Joseph comes in to start a lap. TD on the wets coming through Ravazza. A little lock of the rear left there, as you may have noticed. There's water between two Ravazzas. Does get pretty decent traction there, excuse the lag again. 26.7, so into some wets are fairly matched at the moment. That's really interesting to sight to see, as John does do 26.6. Cannot be Ryan. He's deflated, goes up to 4th and plays it. And Novi goes on to P5 on the second lap. Shivers on the wet tyres, 27.8. So maybe the wets are just going up a little bit more. Because D-Bomb does a 28.9. Yes, I believe that the wets are going off. Ash, you're alive! Hello? Ash, I haven't been looking at the chat. Everybody welcome my team owner Ash. Ah. This feels very awkward now. Good point. Good point, ex-team owner. Oh. There's some names that you might actually recognise in here. Such as this man in the Mercedes, Joseph Hales, the TTM man. Someone that I mentioned to you. With his signing. Unfortunately, missed out on that for TTM as deflated goes fastest with a 26.3. 2 tenths ahead of Ryan. So are the wets faster now? I don't know, we shall see, but from the looks of things from the start of the session it's been wets. Yeah, Yeah, to be fair, otherwise he would have been with us anyway. Yeah, we'll see. What shall the future hold? Not trying to give anything away here. If that guy pops into third, 300th behind Ryan. This is immensely close here. I don't believe... I don't quite think that Slicks are the tyre. Just a hunch. Just a hunch of mine. That the Slicks won't be ideal. I mean, true. You're not wrong. But it's the same old saying, if the shoe fits. So I'm going slowly on the exit of Aqua Minerale. TD goes a little bit deep through. The Aston gets nicely out of the way. With D-bomb there. And watch TD finish, as he does invalidate on the second part of Variante Alta. That's not ideal. As deflated Wii. Probably on another lap. I think he might have run out of fuel. Novi getting the running in. Greg on the wet tyres. Coming round through Aqua Minerale. Send it and hold on. I mean, you never know. Might be... Oh, it's a dry line starting to appear. Greg nicely judged through the Variante Alta. Excuse the little bit of lag there. You might see it a little bit on the throttle trace and car movement, but I'm hoping the internet will hold out okay. It's been running okay so far, haven't had a disconnection, but and hopefully it stays like this. Greg puts himself into P6 on the tyres. I'm not sure what's going on there, I don't think I saw Corgi disconnect there. Has rejoined the session. Not racing currently, because he was knocked out in Q2. Is JohnJohn still on the counters? That, to me, looks like more easy now. Wet. So the track will improve towards the end of the session. The last man out on track. Yeah, as JohnJohn has gone 6 tenths faster. The man is on a mission. This is the championship video we're watching in the Ferrari. So he's been consistently up there. One rare mistake, he still balls it back last week in Spa. So a well-deserved championship. First track in Ferrari. 7 seconds there, 56.4, 1.4 seconds I think that it's definitely something. There's no other way. As that is the Alpine of Ryan coming around to start up now, so I'm ready to come in on the wet tyres. I think we have a chance to go. Ready to keep on. Second probably becoming six maybe. There's enough fuel by the looks of things to make crash. What's the back? Fated is someone that I want to watch. Fated is someone that... Oh, he's on a pack. So, he has the very good track. So we'll ride on board with Fated. Firing it into turn 1. He does go a little... He clips the sausage bird. In his own immortal words, that's not ideal. Check flag has now fallen. Greg has missed the line. D-bomb's come in, that's his session over. Man is a rocket ship. There'll be no getting up the line, despite not having still a fair amount up. A bit slow through that's the one. Ryan maybe the last. Oh, he goes into P3, that's a good thing. Chivers into P2, 5 seconds. So that guy who has invalidated, he will start P6 best. Basically, right now. Last season's 81 champion. He's been out-qualified by IIRL TD10. Joseph Hales didn't quite catch both of them up there. Good evening, Seeley. Nice to hear from you, mate. As Joseph, right at the death, put him into second P2 there. The two cars on wets not finding a payoff on them, but it is JohnJohn with a 1.6 second advantage to the next car, followed by Joseph Hales, Chivers, TD, who's out-qualified deflated, Novi in the second Alfa Romeo, in one of his few NA races, I believe. Ryan, followed by Ryan, and that guy who invalidated, could have probably had a bit of a better lap there. D-Bomb and Greg, both on the wet. I think they might have just mistimed it there. 1.6 tenth. Did I say second? Oh god. Excuse the English not working. 1.6 tenth advantage. God. As it is raining for the start of this race. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh no. I think you can tell I'm probably a little bit nervous at this. Making mistakes left, right and centre. But I'll be okay. Oh god. Oh no. If it was a 1.6 second advantage, I think we'd all be extremely scared. As there is now a 5-minute break. Oh dear. Brain is not braining right now. I do just want to quickly check the grid. J-Place, Adam, Corgi. Okay, I do have that correct. Right in. So, just to quickly review the grid, we have JohnJohn, Joseph, Chivers, TD, Deflated, Novi, Ryan, that guy, D-Bomb, Greg, Jake Lates, Adam Ski, Corgi, and Aya. And I don't believe Prev will be here now, which is a little bit unfortunate. He did tell us before that he may not be here. So, unfortunate, but yeah. I think this will be quite interesting, because in the No Assist chat it does say somebody has pointed out that the inter-tyre wear is rather large. So we may see a fair amount of pit stops in this race. Will the rain stop? If somebody in chat could help me out, I think that would be useful. Will the rain stop in this race? So Deflated in the No Assist chat says the rain will stop by about lap 15, maybe a little bit earlier. So we will see dry tyres in this race, most likely. It does look to be an intermediate start. Shouldn't be too long now until we do get going. It does say we go at 24, so it is now 24. As here we go. 4, 5 lights. And IIRL is underway for the Imola Grand Prix. No assist here. JohnJohn, amazing start. As they're firing their way down to start. Chiv's on the grass. Chiv is getting passed by TD as Joseph almost sending it on the inside, having a little bit of a look. TD on the outside. JohnJohn is now absolutely running away with this already. Gap up to 9.5 tenths. TD staying put in third. Or gaining a place to third, sorry. Chiv has fallen down a lot. Novi has found his way up to fourth. Past Deflated. He was at the station at the start. JohnJohn already with more than a 1 second gap to the cars behind. That is immense, and you've got cars side by side everywhere behind. Ryan was briefly beneath a 10th. They're starting behind Chivers. D-Bomb has fallen from 9th to 11th. And you can see the gap's already opening up as Ryan sending it on the inside of Variante Alta. That's a very good move to make despite the tightness of that chicane. My word, what a chaotic start it's already been. But Joseph is clawing that gap back to JohnJohn. Back under that. Deflated has got back past Novi through the Ravazzas. They will be side by side down the main straight. That brave one to do. Novi just about Deflated just about gets ahead. But it will have cost Deflated time to TD. Big snaps for everybody in the field. start so far, as Joseph has already caught back up 5/10 to JohnJohn, because that's Ryan on the inside of Novi. That's a brave one at Tosa. Very, very close to contact, but they've made it through. They're going to be side by side up onto the high-speed left. Novi wisely backs out there. It's a good idea. Does go very wide out from the Raleigh, but no harm, no foul. You should see that plays has an effect on the race as well. As we focus back on the front here, there's a caution in Variante Alta, J Clates and Ayahuasca coming together and have chopped themselves off the back of that train that goes all the way from Ryan to an angry Corby. So from 5th down to 12th, 7 or 8 cars. As Deflated is caught right back up to TD. TD, who's spent a fair few laps running the podium this season already. And this is another few to add to his tally. Very, very nice off-board shot. TD does miss his apex a little bit there, but Deflated wisely stays behind at Tosa, gets a little bit of the cutback line. TD with a bit of a snap. It would be probably a wrong choice to go for it on the inside here, but maybe through Akron and Raleigh, there may be a chance as TD goes very wide. It would be a brave one to do it here in the first part, but the second part, no, he's too far back. So, we wait to see where Deflated will pull off the move on TD. My thought process now also is how many track limit penalties are there going to be, because as I said in qualifying, this track is very underrated for track limits. It's one where you can get caught out very, very easily. But we shall see. As Deflated does go for it on the inside of TD there. I think also with track drying up, little people have gone for a dry setup or a wet setup. Because you can have compromise and be faster now, but when it comes to the dry period, you're going to be as slow as a turtle. As Deflated does go faster the second time. That's very much actually. That'd probably be a good idea. But it is looking at the moment to be a 2-horse race out in front. It's Chivers, first man of the day, already on lap 4 with his 3-second time penalty for warnings. What did I say, ladies and gentlemen? This is one of the underrated tracks for track limits. How many more are there going to be? How many, if any? I think that there will be quite a fair amount, but as I said, we'll see. As I think Angry Corgi has made a bit of a mistake there, as that guy's got past Novi and that's Novi, despite having a brilliant start, has dropped a fair ways down the pack. It is only lap 5, 32. We've still got a fair way to go in this race. D-Bomb pulls out of the slipstream, as that is Ayahuasca, who is... I don't know whether he's reset to track or not there, as that guy has spun. That guy, through turn 2, 3 and 4, has spun. He's not going to be very happy with that, but I don't know whether it was caught on the minimap in the bottom right, but with that to 2, Ayahuasca had spun off a little bit there. We'll ride little bit of an onboard shot here with that guy. One of the faster drivers in qualifying, the latest Novi also gets 3 seconds. I do sort of want to see, as he goes very wide there. It's not the ideal line there. It's through Akron and Raleigh. Oh, has J Clates crashed? Has he lost his front wing maybe? No, his front wing looks to be... No, he's lost his front left end plate, so J Clates will need to come in again. It's unfortunate for the Alpine man. They're coming together at the start of the race, and now he's lost it on the exit back in Raleigh. Very easy to do that, to be fair, in the wet, so can't exactly blame him, but not very good for his race. JohnJohn though, stretching his legs. Out in front. Is Joseph's tyres already decided to go off? Maybe it's pace difference, because Joseph was the one who said that JohnJohn was the driver to beat today in chat earlier. As a commentator, I must remain impartial. This is battle on track right now. Ryan on the back of TD for P4. Star of Brazil, this man. Won it with a mega stint on those mediums, as Ski also gets 3 seconds. And we're only on lap 6. That doesn't actually affect his position at the moment, because he's more than 3 seconds ahead of that guy. As TD is actually keeping close with him. Keeping him on his heels. But we wait and see. We wait and see. I think that's D-Bomb actually getting rather close. Noticed on the minimap to Novi. Is he going to pull out? He is. He's going to have a little bit of a look at the first couple of corners. As Novi does go rather wide, so that does allow D-Bomb to push on board the corner. Towards Tosin. Quite close. Theoretically, he doesn't actually need to go for it, mainly because Novi has the 3-second penalty. So, theoretically, D-Bomb can stay behind. Would get it, but more this race as TD. Crucial position P4 does get 3 seconds. One of the staples of this league. Been in many races over the years, all dating all the way back to season 1. Was that a bit of a mistake from deflated there? Oh, as TD has a massive snap out of Rabatza too. Yeah, as Ryan does get past, as Joseph is also... Just look at the delta now. Joseph has closed back in quite a bit as D-Bomb on the straight goes past Novi. Joseph has caught back up to JohnJohn here. Both of these men supremely talented in their own right. This track is also generally known for being a rather hard one to overtake on, actually, as that is an angry corgi who's spun on the exit of turn 4, snapping his way back onto the track. That's Greg getting past Novi there. Ooh. A bit of contact nearly into the very anti-outs, but that's on the exit of that rally. Didn't quite catch that movement. I'm sure it was actually quite good. Because that guy gets past Adam Ski into the very anti-outs. I believe literally translates to the high chicane. Correct me if I'm wrong. My Italian isn't quite the best, as that's Ryan looking to the outside on deflated. Doesn't quite get the move done, but that's an angry corgi who's spun again in the very very anti-alta. Seems to have been catching a lot of people up today. But, yeah, not ideal for their championship races for points. Or their race for points, should I say. Joseph is keeping JohnJohn honest. 6th, 7th gap as Nagri Corgi comes into the pits. Is that for another set of enters? Oh! As Ryan does tap the back of Deflated. Got a little bit crossed up there. Through Aquaminerale. And does give up that time advantage that he had to TD. As J Clates gets 3 seconds as well. And Novi gets another one. Novi, I think, has 2 penalties. Now we can actually bring up the penalties. Yes, he does. Novi with the 2nd penalty of the day. But Ryan will want to reclose that gap back up to Deflated. Hope that he doesn't bring TD with him. This race is actually starting to get very, very spread out now. The closest battle on track is between Ryan and Deflated, and then in front, JohnJohn and Joseph. The rest of the gaps are generally all over 1 second. But maybe that would change once the rain stops. As we go on board, the rain is still going. Now, in the chat it was tipped to stop in 5 laps time. Snap from Ryan, it does pull back up again. But, we all seem to see that Tyler doesn't work. So that guy, usually, the fastest man in qualifying, does get his 3-second time penalty as well. It's very, very wide for the first reactor. Switch back to the off-board shot. This is the closest battle on track. Ryan getting ever closer to Deflated, lap after lap. Oh, this Deflated has made a bit of a mistake and Ryan's got past. That is a very interesting sight to see. The 81 champion of Season 5. I think he said he was going fully NA this season. But it's not looking good for the Mercedes man. He's lost a place. But his teammate, Mr. Joseph Hales, 6 tenths behind JohnJohn. 5 tenths. Ever closing on this straight. He seems to have got a better exit out of the very anti-alta there. Excuse the lag a little bit there. But JohnJohn just seems to be able to get such an exit out of the second Ravazza that Joseph can't get close. The Yinters, having a look at the time there, in the top right hand corner of your screen, looks like the Yinters are going off. Because at the start of the race we were seeing 24s, mid-24s I think, and then now we've gone into the mid to low 26s, so it's not looking good, but Joseph will want to likely get past JohnJohn soon, were it not for but yeah, rain tip to stop that. But it doesn't seem to be letting off at the moment. So will we see some people coming in for fresh inters? I think the dilemma that JohnJohn and Joseph have is that they're rather a bit quicker than Ryan behind as Chivers gets takes his second penalty as well, which will drop him behind both Devon and Greg. But if they can, the pit lane delta is very, very large at this track. It's somewhere around 25 to 27 seconds worth of pit lane loss. Someone can correct me in chat if I'm wrong. But will it be worth the gamble to take another set of inters? Yes, there's 20 laps to go, but with the rain tip to stop, if you were to stretch it maybe a couple more laps, maybe they could go to the end, as that guy is very, very close to Novi right now. They are side by side, down into turn 2, and he tries to fight up the race, but no, that guy does go past. Should probably get back to the closest battle on track currently. It's the battle for the lead. It's remained this way. I think there's a fair bit of... This does show, really, the different skill levels that we can see. Obviously, doing NA is a talent in itself, so credit to all of these drivers. But in the wet as well, it's paramount, I think that's the right word, to have the most concentration, and a lack of it will give your rivals that little bit of a chance, a little bit of an edge, just to get ahead of you there. I think that this could get very, very, very close by the end. I don't know if it's just me, but Joseph does seem to close quite the amount in the middle sector, and it falls away again for the third and first. Could that indicate that Joseph has a little bit more downforce in his car, maybe? Or maybe it's the gap between the very anti-alto and the end of the lap. But then that doesn't really explain the first sector. He's only lost a tenth and a half to... or 1 to 1.5 tenths in the final sector of this lap. But this was the lap that it was tipped to stop raining. But it seems that the rain is being rather consistent, because we've got the past of Adam Steele down. He looks to have done a little bit of repair there, as Ayahuasca gets his penalty. Don't seem to be many extra close battles on track, other than Joseph and JohnJohn, who's closed the gap to 2 or 3 tenths. This is the closest that Joseph has ever been in the entire race. JohnJohn having pulled out that immense 1 second gap off of the start. The man is on a mission. Championship leader, he doesn't need to take any risks. But Joseph is the man in P2 in the championship. So, we shall see. As Joseph, big snap through Ravazza 1. He's going to get the slipstream all the way down to turn 1. I think that's JohnJohn probably burning a lot. That one's got a mega exit out of Ravazza 2. We'll go on board now, as Adamski gets another penalty there. There'll be lots of penalties. even more than there is now. Yeah, no, it doesn't look at all. And the dots stop appearing on the halo and on the bodywork of the car. That's when the rain begins. It will be much harder to tell on the track when it's time for slopes, but we don't even know whether it will get to slick zones or at this rate. The rain doesn't look to be letting off all that much. It's gotten brighter, certainly. The times are starting to fall apart. I don't think it will be soon. It's the gap from Joseph. Maps is 13.8 last I checked. Will we see people starting to come soon? Because the highway is rather high on the circuit, more than you'd think. Rain stops, move on direction. We may see it over 20, but even then the tyres are going to completely die off by that point, so we may see pit stops just to keep it safe. There's the J-plates rather nicely. I've had a couple of issues before with some people not getting the blue flags. That guy does get the most red. That's quite rain has now fully stopped. Now, wait for the track to dry up. Take 4 laps off the start track. Yeah, I'd say that's about right, as J Clays gets another penalty. Yeah, I'd say that 4 laps is about right. I think that maybe it'll take 1 or 2 as Joseph faking to JohnJohn faking to go into pit lane there. Joseph getting ever closer, but not quite close enough there. I wonder what the fuel situation is like as well. With the rain, you tend to save quite a fair amount of fuel. Another close battle on track. We're down to Chivers and TD. Now, as TD goes rather wide through turn 1. Turn 1? That's turn 2. Willow, what are you talking about? It's through the Villeneuve chicane. As Chivers now is the one to go wide, does allow D-Bomb to close back up. But they have fallen off the back of the 2-car train in front. Ryan and dear Lord, will English decide to work, please? Ryan and Deflated. They've got a 9-second gap. A little bit of a twitch there from Chivers through Aquamarali. I think TD might have a little bit more downforce here. Excuse me. Jesus. Excuse me for you. Excuse my tiredness as J-Clates does come in. Now, what tyres does J-Clates put on? Is J-Clates puts on the mediums? That's a very... That's an interesting call, that one. I don't think it's quite time for Price yet. I think that it's close, but I think that the spray is... Shivers well to the back of the team. If JohnJohn and Joseph were to come in now, I think they might come in front of these battling twos. TD rather slow through Tosa there. Allows Shivers to close up immensely. Shivers just getting over. This train is, I think, going to be very interesting. I also don't think that it's time to rise right now, so I think that JK's may have made a little bit of a mistake going this early. There's 12 laps to go. Across the halfway point. Anyone else confused with it? Yeah, that. I think that would be the crossover. I think that 22, yeah, I agree. 22 is very likely to be the crossover, as Chimmy did a horrible exit area, that's 2. Going to put on the afterburners. They're going to be very, very close, maybe even side by side down into turn 2. Yes, as Chiv's on the inside, D-Bomb on the outside, very, very close to contact. D-Bomb is on the inside, can't quite get it done. The inside line is very effective when defending here through a turn 2. Chiv does hold his position. Dear Lord, English work, please. Chivers always seems to close up to TD through Tosa, but then loses out in between the middle and final sector. There's a bit of a snap there. I don't know whether that's lag or whether that's actually the last lap. No, they are definitely having a few snaps there. This 4-car train, as Chivers gets another penalty, makes a mistake and goes wide, allows D-Bomb to go through. Very close with that guy. My voice is starting to die. But yes, Chivers with the mistake. Allows D-Bomb through. Now, will D-Bomb try on TV? Don't think he needs to, as there's a caution. I think that is the medium shot runner of JLex. As D-Bomb does go past TD, as Adam Ski also goes off. I don't think that the mediums are quite there just yet. The track is starting to drive rather a lot. I think you were right with 21-22. Spray is starting to go down quite a lot as JLex returns in the pit lane. Adam Ski has come in. Adam Ski is going to put on the medium tyre. As Joseph Hales sets the fastest lap on intermediates. I think that the crossover will be this lap, next lap, as Greg also gets past Chivers there. I think Chivers has made a few mistakes. So now, as he's gone wide at the very end, he held it again. I think Chivers is just bringing it home now. As Novi goes through. It's not ideal for the Williams man. As Novi's also gone off at the final corner. I don't quite understand what's happened there. TD, that guy and Greg all come in. TD for the mediums. Trevor's 5 seconds for speeding. That guy and Greg both go on to soft. DRS does get enabled. Novi comes in. This will be the big crossover lap. So, there's deflated with a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Redeemer, you're absolutely right. This lap is the crossover lap. So Greg and that guy have both chosen softs. Chivers, Novi, Adam. They've all gone to me. JohnJohn on mediums. Joseph on softs. Now this could be a very interesting call as Ryan Ryan gets 5 seconds for speeding. It's deflated also comes in. This will now be very interesting between Joseph and JohnJohn as to who comes out on top, because there's now a fairly big head. Ryan deflated both on the mediums. TD, that guy, and Greg will be coming around the two Ravats. D-Bomb also goes onto the softs. Will D-Bomb have jumped TD in the pits? That guy is going to go through TD as D-Bomb's dropped behind them both. However, he is on the soft tyres as TD does go rather deep into turn 2. Greg fair ways off the back of this pack. But Joseph is all over the back of JohnJohn here. Like I said, this will be a very close one now, I think, to the end. We'll wait and see whose tyres were able to hold on. As Adam Ski sets a fast lap in 1:23.7. Joseph keeping it nice and close to the back of JohnJohn. He's going to power past the DRS there. Novi gets another 3 seconds. Joseph Hales takes the lead in the Mercedes for the first time in this race. We've got a new race leader. He's already stretching his legs, 7 tenths gained. Joseph will be pushing like mad. A, to probably get the fastest lap. B, as that guy gets it with a 1 minute 20.406. And yeah, look at that. He's already managed to gap JohnJohn by a second. .4 now as he comes to the sector 2 split. There's Novi sets a 120.2 on the mediums. Joseph will come through Ravazza 2. Lap 24. 17, 18. 118.372. That is a lap. In these fresh conditions, the green track, it's going to be, all the rubber has washed away. So the grip is going to be probably a little bit low, on the low side. But I think that Joseph, provided he can keep JohnJohn out of his DRS, he may have wrapped this up already. I still think it'll be a fairly good fight. However, that will mainly be because of the tyres. As JohnJohn gets 3 seconds. Yeah, I think that's pretty much Joseph wrapped up on this race win now. I think Joseph can take it relatively easily. As the closest battle on track now is between TD10, who gets another 3-second time penalty, that was decent timing, and D-Bomb, who's 3 tenths behind on the soft tyres, 1 lap fresher soft tyres compared to TD's older mediums, only by 1 lap though, so it shouldn't be too much. The Aston Martin man, the reserve driver, DRS. He's going to go through on TD down the main straight, through that little kink of turn 1 that shouldn't be a corner in my opinion. And we now go chasing after that guy. I think, however, that with that guy that guy penalty. Hello. Where's this caveman English come from? He'll go chasing after that guy, who I believe may have 3 seconds of penalties anyway. However, more points the better, so we shall see. As JohnJohn's stolen the fast lap from Joseph there. He's got himself back into the DRS. So will we see the softs already dying out? It has been 5 laps, so may we see mediums already swinging back round? Who knows? But I think that the battle for the lead is already wrapped up as Novi gets his 4th penalty, I think that is. No, Joseph has gapped JohnJohn already again to more than a second. So I'm eating my own words immediately. He's still in though. I think JohnJohn may have earned a little bit there to get back into the DRS, but he does have it now. And he will have it down the main straight as he sets the fast lap again of 1:17.0. As they are now side by side, I didn't even notice that, sorry, my bad. As JohnJohn does go into the lead. I didn't see what happened there, I'm really sorry. Okay. Red Dragon has asked for the penalties. So JohnJohn with 3 seconds, Ryan with 5 for speeding, deflated that guy with 3 seconds. And then TD with 6, Chivers with 17. That is rather impressive, but I think he might be a little bit scared that he's going to be at risk of being disqualified. Novi with 12, Aya with 3, and Adamski with 6. ERS for Joseph isn't great, so... is Joseph flashing? I couldn't see. That guy does get 3 seconds again. You're right. Yeah, Joseph is flashing. Good spot, Redeemer. But unless JohnJohn can gap Joseph by 2 more seconds in the next 3 laps, which is entirely plausible, to be completely fair, I think that Joseph may rather easily have this. I'll take penalty off now. Guess we'll just check tyres now. Some people on 7 laps, 6 lap tyres. I think the golden lap to pit was probably lap 23. But, this Greg gets 3 seconds. Generally not one for penalties, Greg. So, rather interesting. Because, yeah, Joseph is flashing, so that means he is below 10%. Oh, I know it's a bit late, but biggest movers in this race is Ryan up 4 positions, Chivers down 6 from 3rd position on the grid, Deflated up 1, that guy up 3, and D-Bomb up 3. The 2 Astons side by side on the grid, and have both gained to give them both fairly decent position, I think, today. Already, JohnJohn has gapped Joseph to 2 seconds. If Joseph isn't careful, he could lose this race win. The ideal thing is that Joseph just can't get a penalty, as that is Ayahuasca who has spun at the very anti-alto. Unfortunately, not for the first time this race. I think it's one of his first no assist races. So unfortunate for the newcomer, I guess you'd say, but he's been around for a while, so not really. Can't really call him a newcomer. JohnJohn does only have to pull about 6.5 tenths in these next 2 laps, and he does have this race win secure. It'll be a very close one, I think, as JohnJohn is also flashing. I wanted to cut to him to see if he was, and he is. D-Bomb does get past that guy on the main straight. Don't think it'll be enough to catch Deflated, but one of the only 2 people not to get penalties in this race, D-Bomb. D-Bomb and Joseph, 2 without penalties. Everyone else has at least 1. So it's rather impressive. As JohnJohn has now broken Joseph of the penalty window. On the last lap, I think it'll be very, very close to the line, but considering all things considered, the mediums were very likely to be the better option. So maybe Joseph had it in the first half of the stint, but JohnJohn has clawed it back. But he's still just about within. This is on tenterhooks, this. As that guy gets past D-Bomb again on the main straight. It'll be super tight, this one, but JohnJohn has all race been strong through the very anti-alta. And Joseph is just about still within it. It's very, very close. But JohnJohn comes through. Ravazza 1, Ravazza 2. JohnJohn crosses the line, gives everything he has. And Joseph Hales misses out on the win by a 10th. Adam Ski crosses the line for P11, just misses out on the points because he's been lapped, which is rather unfortunate. Ayahuasca as well. Ryan comes through for a very well-deserved podium. Basically gaining position off the start. As Chivers gets his final penalty, I hope. That guy fifth at the line, but D-Bomb does get 5th. Past that guy. TD comes home for 7th. Greg and Chivers with his 20 seconds worth of penalties. That's an interesting one. See, we saw the move, but I didn't quite catch it myself. So we will see what comes of that. Joseph Hales has just said that JohnJohn may get a penalty for a push to pass. But as it currently stands, it is JohnJohn with the fastest lap from pole position with 1:17.022. followed by Joseph Hales. Very, very closely run battle all the way through. Ryan with a very well-deserved podium. Deflated, D-bomb on his return. Gets P5. That guy, TD. Greg. Chivers, despite having 20 seconds worth of penalties, still remains in P9, where he finished. Novi, P10, followed by Adam Ski, who got lapped, and Ayahuasca, and the two DNFs of an Angry Corgi and Jake Lights. That was a very fun race to watch. Yes, it was a 2-horse race out in front, but nonetheless entertaining. A little bit odd being on my own for this one. But I hope that you guys as well enjoyed the race. Very closely run for the end. Very well done to everyone for today. It's been a very fun watch. Thank God my internet's held out. But yeah, hopefully we will have Spark back in for next week. But the next race you have to look forward to is 81 here at Imola. Hopefully it won't be so soggy, but the action will be just as fun. So, hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you next week.